Tell me about who you are and what your background to the Illawarra is.
Sure, so I'm Mark Swinnerton. I'm the founder and CEO at Green Gravity.
How did you get to be in the Illawarra?
I grew up in Canberra, but I studied in Wollongong because I was a BHP cadet back in the day with the Steelworks. And that means I did my university here in Wollongong and worked at the Port Kembla Steelworks for a number of years. I then went on to work for BHP globally for 25 years and ultimately landed back in Wollongong because it's a great place to live, it's a great place to raise kids, and it's a great place to start a business.
What did you do your degree in?
Materials engineering. I did my undergrad in materials engineering and I did my master's in materials engineering as well, and really enjoyed it.
What's that for us who don't know what that is?
It's what they used to call metallurgy by and large. This is about the world's physical materials and how do you make them, how do they behave, how do you make them do the right things that we want in society.
So tell me about Green Gravity. Where did the idea come from?
When I was finishing at BHP, I really wanted to work in the area of climate. I'm really worried about the response to climate and how much work has to be done for us to get an economic outcome and a good climate outcome. So I decided it was time to do something myself in that area. And because I'd been in mining for so long, it really also had to have something to do with mining. And I learned two things while I was really looking into this area. The first thing I learned was that as we are deploying huge quantities of really low-cost solar into our electricity grid, it's causing some volatility. It's causing us to have really low energy prices in the day and extra energy, and sometimes a lack of energy in the evening, meaning we need to be able to store that energy from day to night in order to make the whole system work well. So I learnt we need to develop a lot more energy storage, and there are so few options for it. The second thing that I learnt when I was looking at what to do was that Australia has nearly 100,000 old mines, and we have no use for them whatsoever. And so I went about bringing those two things together, and we developed Green Gravity, which is all about repurposing legacy mines for the purpose of energy storage.
So how the heck does that work?
If we think about pumped hydroelectricity, snowy hydro, what we're doing at snowy hydro is pumping water up a hill, consuming electricity to do that, and at a later time letting the water run back down the hill and running a turbine. This is storing the energy by pumping it up and letting it come down. Green Gravity takes the same concept, but we don't use water in a hill. We use a legacy mine shaft. And by lifting very heavy objects up the mine shaft, we can consume energy, and lowering them back down again, we can run a regenerative electrical motor to reproduce the energy back to grid, meaning we can store it from day to night, and we can do so by reusing old infrastructure at a mine.
And so it's connected into the grid too, the old mines?
It is. One of the things with almost all of the mines out there in Australia, most of the 100,000 old mines, they were connected to grid when they were running as a mine, and all too often they're still connected to the grid.
It's amazing. So where are you up to?
It's really exciting. We're about 2/3 of the way through developing the technology right now. We were really pleased to recently announce a collaborative deal with Wollongong Resources at the Russell Vale mine, and we're going ahead and building our final production demonstration units at the Russell Vale mine during 2026, which is a world first. It's putting Wollongong on the map, and it's meaning this technology will be ready for the market in 2027. So we're also working with miners about getting ready to be able to deploy the technology from 2027 and beyond.
To the world?
To the world. We're working in 5 countries right now. We're headquartered in Wollongong, but we're working in a range of countries that have got, of course, 1, lots of renewable energy, and 2, lots of old mines.
So if I can say it in layman's terms, we've all got solar powers on the roof, but it makes too much electricity, we have to store it somewhere. We're not storing it, it's all going into the grid, and this might solve that problem for the world?
Absolutely, yes, correct. And we can use our old infrastructure to do it.
Which is amazing.
It's amazing. So we have so much land that's sterilised because of the need to rehabilitate it from old mine sites. Everywhere in the world there's nearly 2 million mines, and we can reuse those sites to store the energy, and in some cases even generate more energy at those sites as well, which is really exciting, because what we have to do is we have to see some of the carbon intensive fuels ultimately come out of the grid, but they provide stability. So we need to add these stability assets like energy storage before we take that all out.
Yeah, that makes sense. So for the layman, again, so sometimes we might have lots of different solar power, but we need to make sure the factory keeps running, and we can't have it run slower over the night than it does during the day. So we need to have that reliability of energy. Is that what you're saying?
Completely right, yeah. And one thing that we know, solar's never going to generate at night.
Yeah.
And so that's a real problem because solar's a wonderful technology, but it's got a huge drawback. So we are still going to use electricity at night because we want to have dinner or turn our lights on or watch the TV. All of those things we need to have stable electricity. So we need to have storage assets like our gravitational energy storage technology in order to provide that.
So when you talk about the technology, is it the technology that works, that generates and stores the energy? Is it the people that have to go down, the robots that go down? How do you do it?
Well, the first point that we're really proud of is we don't have to send anybody underground. We are sending some robots underground, but by not sending people underground means that we can guarantee safety. And it means that we can use a really wide variety of mine shafts because we don't have to guarantee the safety of people underground. So our technology is all about the equipment that we need to install, the big weights that we need to manufacture, the operational methods to be able to bring all that together to create high quality energy when we need it.
So we're talking about, how big are the weights?
They're huge. And so the weights are up to 100 tonnes each. Yeah. So they're very dense objects and they're manufactured for long life. So at 100 tonnes, we can produce a lot of power when we move those, but they're certainly very heavy.
And you're winning awards.
We're winning awards. We're really proud to be winning awards. The best award of all has been the Business Illawarra awards that we've received this year. We're really proud of that. And we're winning them because of a few things. Firstly, because we're doing business the right way. We really believe that the culture that we're generating and the way that we're doing business and the sustainability we're able to create, we believe that really matters when we're building our business. And I think we're getting recognised for that in the award processes. And secondly, this technology is really innovative. It offers the potential for huge numbers of jobs, real exports, and real quality work going forward. And I think we've been recognised for starting that journey, and we're going to need a lot of partners and collaborators in order to make this journey get to its full potential. But we're really proud of what we're doing.
And what does leadership mean to you? Last question.
Well, leadership equals courage. It equals tenacity. It's making sure that you personally lead the way, that you show what it takes, that you have a vision and that you back that vision and you do the work, and people will follow that. And that means sometimes you have to take risk. It means sometimes you have to take the pressure on, but that's what a great leader does. And they show the way so that others can then do the real work and the hard work, but the leader's responsibility is to show the way and shine that light.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Anything else you want to add? Anything?
No, I feel like that's been, I think that's really great.
Fantastic.